Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to your Taurus horoscope shadow work reading. So it is Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is a time of inner reflection, shadow work. This can be an intense time for most. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning member, welcome to the Oracle of Atlantis, or welcome back, I guess I should say. So we are going to dive into your reading and what the divine's advice is for you at this time. So what is haunting you at this time? We have the black moon of water, dormant and isolation. So you could be going through a time of isolation or need to be in a time of isolation, which is perfect, fitting in with the Scorpio season's energy, right? A time of self-reflection. When the moon loses all of its light in a water sign, there is a withdrawal of expression of feelings. You experience a numbing period during which you do not put the most vulnerable aspects of your nature to the test. It is time for becoming more self-aware apart from the needs and worries of other people. This is a secretive and personal time in which tightly reined-in feelings are allowed to quietly expend themselves in more mundane activities. From the astrology deck, we have the energy of the sun as one of your astrological influences at this time. In astrology, the sun represents our identity, our conscious mind. The sun, which changes zodiac signs approximately every 30 days, is the most important feature of our birth chart because it represents our ego and will, leading us on our life's path toward our goals and giving us our unique personality. Our sun sign dictates how the world sees us. So this could be, you definitely may be going through a time of self-reflection, things coming to light here, right? We have this new moon or black moon and then the sun, right? So it's almost like two separate energies. You may be feeling like pulled in two different directions between your kind of light and shadow, kind of sorting that energy out. But that's what Scorpio season is all about, right? It's a time of self-reflection in preparation to let go of what is no longer serving us to prepare for the cold winter months so that we can be rebirthed again in the spring. Now we have Capricorn's energy. One of the most serious signs of the zodiac, Capricorn is here to get the job done. Represented by the goat, Capricorns are the entrepreneurs and CEOs of the astrology wheel, ready to tackle hard lessons without breaking a sweat. They are ruled by the planet Saturn, which teaches patience and serves as a guide toward inner authority. A major shift happens for most Capricorns during a huge transit known as a Saturn return, which occurs every 27 to 29 years. This is a challenging time, but also an opportunity for Capricorns to grow beyond their wildest dreams. So a Saturn return could be the return of karma, right? But you're kind of sorting through your karma, the lessons you've learned, things you've gained, things that you still need to process at this time with Capricorn's energy. Now, the next card coming out is Cancer, which is very interesting because I believe it was Aries energy had these same two cards. They had Capricorn and Cancer. So if you have any Aries placements in your charts, you may want to check out that reading. Which brings us into Cancer, symbolized by the crab, which seeks shelter in its own shell. Cancers feel most supported in the comforts of their own home. Known for being intuitive, sensitive, and attuned to the cycles of the moon, they are often artistically and musically inclined. They are also extremely loyal and protective of those they care about, so much so that it can be hard to pull them away from their loved ones. Don't you dare mess with their friends or family, or else you'll get those pinchers. So the interesting thing about Capricorn and Cancer's energy is they are opposites on the astrology wheel, on the zodiac wheel, right? They sit opposite each other. Capricorn is an earth element, Cancer is a water element. So Cancer is very much the high priestess energy, intuition, healing, emotions, all things containing water, right? Capricorn is a little more earth-based, more ground, more physical reality. So With the balance of this, the sun's almost like illuminating the light between the light and shadow bodies of yourself, your physical body, as well as your internal, right? So that's why it's important for you to go through these times of isolation, to be with one's self, one's thoughts, one's emotions, to process what we may have not processed so far. So what you have not been able to acknowledge, the first card out from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, we have number 14 of the curse. So the curse can be many things. You may feel cursed through this time, this period. You may feel kind of stuck or trapped. In this card, she does have a hand over her mouth, right? So there may be, it's almost like perhaps maybe you feel you need to share something but aren't able to, and it could be weighing on you at this time. That's not going to resonate for everyone, but obviously there's this energy of the curse that is surrounding you. So the curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in life can heal it. So Spirit's invitation for you, we have the energy of the Rainmaker. And when I turned this card over, I heard the song. It's originally by Fleetwood Mac. I think it's called Dreams. There is a remix that I love, though, that I will try to remember to include in the description box if you're interested in it. And it's basically when the rain washes you clean, then you'll know, I believe is the lyric. But that song was coming to mind. So the invitation of the Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. So now the shamanic medicine of this energy, we have the energy of the crow, number 13. Be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth, it is not. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert, lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you. Or perhaps this is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. So I was being called to add up the numbers of this card. We have 14, 42, and 13. So 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 equals 15. So 15 is Capricorn's energy of the devil. So with the devil's energy, this can, the devil in tarot, by the way. The devil can be connected to lust, greed, addiction, distractions, things of that nature. But it can also be connected to our financial abundance and security on the physical earth. 1 plus 5 is a 6, which then brings us to the Lovers card, which is connected to Gemini. So I see this, the Lovers or Gemini's card, as the light and shadow body, bringing those energies into balance, right? Your inner reality as well as your outer reality with Capricorn and Cancer's energy here. So it's almost like at this time through isolation, there is light being shed on your path here, on your inner and outer reality. So that is quite beautiful. You're learning and understanding something deeper about yourself. So now we're going to take a look at where your rebirth is. The first card out, we have the Water Waterfall Moon. Look at all the jellyfish. I didn't even notice those in there. Definitely could have some jealous energies or tendencies towards other people at this time. That could be why you need to spend time in isolation. It's completely natural to be jealous and envious of other people's paths. However, that sometimes we can strive to meet somebody else's path that doesn't actually resonate with our true path. So being jealous over it, there may be a need to let go of this energy if this is the case. They're called emotions for a reason, babe. They are energy in motion, which means they need to move. When we repress our emotions, stuff them down, and pretend like we're not having them, we create stagnation in the body and in the spirit and in the collective intelligence. Holding on to emotional discord creates imbalances in our character and limits our ability to perceive and access the possibilities that are available to us. Release the energy you're holding inside so that you can propel yourself beyond the fragmentation and beyond the stagnation into the truth. Feelings are never wrong and feelings are never bad, so don't go judging them. Just feel them. Allow them to flow through the entirety of your being and see how the beauty of this simple, honest act of expression creates expansion in your whole life. Which is interesting with this card of isolation, right? Expressing your feelings with this new water moon, releasing some emotions. Maybe there's a need for you to actually find a way to release these emotions, to express them, to not hold everything in and bottle it up. I am feeling called to pull a tarot card with this. The emotional body for Taurus. What is going on within the emotional body? We have the Fool. This is the Shadowscapes Companion Tarot. So the Fool could represent a need to take a leap of faith, to express something, to dive in, to take that risk. Now we have the spiritual pillar of spirituality. So there is almost like this combining of this two energies. So like I said, you have Cancer, right, which is kind of connected to the moon, the emotions, your inner dialect, your mindset, right? And then you have Capricorn's energy, which is more connected to the physical world, your body and environment. So it's bringing these together. There may be a call to express something through exploring your spirituality and your emotions, diving deep into Cancer's energy, which can be a mirror for self-reflection, to bring that energy to those around you. There may be a call to express here. So the spiritual pillar, when you draw the spiritual pillar, you know the cards are speaking to you about your spiritual life. Now, when I say spiritual life, I'm not just talking about crystals and meditation and ancestor altars, though let's not discount those either. Because yes, your spiritual life means cultivating mindfulness, expanding your awareness, and strengthening your shamanic skills through fire scrying, drumming, and making offerings to the spirits. This card is absolutely an invitation to connect with your guides, to clean your altar, cleanse your crystals, or to make offerings to your ancestors. But the spiritual pillar isn't just about your relationship with spirit as it relates to your own life. It's about sharing your spiritual gifts with the world. When you draw the spiritual pillar, you know that the spirits are encouraging you to expand your spirituality and your love for the planet and all creatures into the world at large. This card is like a nudge from your guides to connect with your soul tribe and to uplift your global community and raise the collective vibration of humanity with your being, your presence, your smile, your wisdom, and your every interaction. The spiritual pillar is asking you to look at how you are weaving your own divinity into the world. So how is Taurus weaving their own divinity in the world? Clarify the spiritual pillar. Thank you. Ooh, so we have the Tower. So this is kind of beautiful energy because going through shadow work, it can feel very much like a tower type moment. So a tower comes in to break down anything that is false, right? The lightning comes down to strike down anything that is built upon faulty foundations. So there could be old beliefs that no longer resonate with you, right? There could be situations in your life that no longer are connected to, like you're no longer connected to them. On a deeper level. There's certain things that need to be cleared. The Tower is much the energy of like the phoenix rising, right? Burning away what is not true. And to do this, it may be a call to actually to sit with your own emotions, your own energy, your intuitive processes, to kind of sort through what you can. And then when the time is right, to be able to try to speak up about some things with certain people to get some clarification on what is true and what is not. Because in our emotions, a lot of things can be seen through a certain type of perspective due to past experiences, right? We may be viewing things in a certain way and feel it so deeply in our core, but then when you talk to somebody about it, the situation may not be as exactly as we perceive, right? So it's breaking and shattering this disillusion type of energy. Now we have the Fire Candle Star, number 19. So number 19 is the Sun card in the tarot. Right? You have like this full moon here, which is a reflection of the sun, right? So still reflection, perhaps even of your intentions with the candle's energy. So creativity exists in the realm of the unknown, and the unknown is a realm of darkness as well as of great mystery. Do not be afraid of the dark, my child. The darkness has secrets to share and paths to illuminate and treasures to gift you. When night falls and the world stills and your mind quiets, it's time for you to awaken and embark upon a journey of discovery. The darkness is beckoning you. There you will tap into new knowledge and undiscovered creativity. There, in the still of the night, you will find magic waiting for you. Be brave, love. Be bold. Trust that the spirits are holding you, because they are. So definitely kind of a perfect card for this shadow work reading, right? The Scorpio season shadow energy. Sitting with your sitting in your own darkness, kind of. The darkness is begging for light to be acknowledged so you can understand deeper aspects of one's self, to bring those to illumination, to heal them from within. Clarify. Fire Candle Star for the viewer. The darkness, creativity. You may feel called when you're sitting with your like emotional body and darkness. You may want to create works of art through some form. It could be poetry, writing, drawing, painting, carpentry. It could be many things. It doesn't have to be one form or another. But this can help express these emotions and bring something positive from the experience. The clarifying card, we do have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands indicates change and progression towards a goal. He is an individual full of daring and passion. His spirit is ablaze with the fire that the wand's suit symbolize, and like fire, the bright, brindled fur of his lion mount and his fox attendants flash through the woods as they dart in flaming entourage through the trees. The wind runs rippling fingers through his hair, and he laughs for the joy of that sensation and the power leashed in his muscles of the lion, bunching and stretching beneath him. This knight is on a journey for adventure. Excitement flows along his trail. He does not necessarily seek it, but his presence invariably spurs rivalry and conflict, perhaps because of his cocky and assured attitude and self-confidence. Sometimes his aggressive nature can be seen as being overconfident and too impetuous. He is a knight with a blazing lion's heart and the sparking cleverness of foxes, though not always the wisdom to match it. He recklessly rides crashing through the world, leaping from cliffs in heroic bounds towards his destination. Such a wondrously heroic sight to glimpse him as he passes. Destiny, faith, and the purity of his goal shine with an effervescent glow in his eyes, so that perhaps he does not notice the flowers he may trample along the path in his headlong plunge. Be wary of allowing the wild temper and flaming energy of this knight to cause discord and interruption. Now we have the Water River Moon. And I was intuitively getting from this card, it's almost like there's like a water vortex here, but then there's these stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is kind of like seeing in all directions, the eye of the prophet here. But this is almost like through diving deep into your inner realms, your deeper emotions and subconscious, these like magnificent manifestations come out of this void. Moon River. Sorry, that's literally what it is. That song is coming to mind for some reason. I don't even know the song, but nothing on this planet is static. Nothing. Even though your eye might perceive certain things as stationary, I assure you that they are only illusions. Even a mountain or a skyscraper or a telephone pole is compromised at its most fundamental level of tiny subatomic particles that are constantly in motion. Energies, moods, and states of mind are no different. There are countless essences that move through you. Some essences are worth stepping into for a while others are best to let pass and be on their way. It is important for you to remember that energies come and go, and that holding on to anything creates stagnation and limitation in your life. Cling to nothing. We are born to move and to shift and to be free. This feeling you are feeling is but a moment. Soon enough, it too shall pass. Well, it's kind of beautiful, right? You're going through these emotions, but they are leading to your rebirth, your expansive energy. Clarifying this, we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is quite beautiful because it is a card of reconciliation, emotional balance. So with this card, there definitely may be a call to dive within yourself, to understand yourself on a deeper level, so that you can offer some sort of vocalization or expression to another. You may have a new chance or like a new start or beginning with somebody here. But there could be this call not to rush in with this Knight of Wands energy, like not to just go on the attack, to really sit with your feelings in your intuition in isolation, to sort through your own energies for a bit, meditate, calm the mind, maybe take some time to ground your energy before making this connection or this offering to somebody. Which brings us into the Three of Wands, what you have control over. So you may not see the path before you at this time, but it is there. You only need to take the first step. There is a brand new opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be a new investment, a new job, career. It could even be a partnership. Whatever this is the energy of Earth itself. So it's like a new seed has been invested for you, or you have the control to plant new seeds here. Now we have the card of Temperance, which is all about balancing our give and take, our masculine and feminine energies here, right? You have this yin yang. So this kind of goes back to that whole Capricorn and Cancer energy, right? Cancer would be considered more of the feminine energy. Capricorn technically is a feminine energy as well, but it is still Cancer's opposite. So I could see this as more the masculine, right? The physical world, where Cancer is more your intuitive processes, your inner world and self-reflection. But by balancing these energies, you just come into greater balance within self, which is actually going to help you take this step here, this new beginning, whatever the case may be for you. Which brings us into the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is hard work, dedication. It feels like a struggle. But this Nine of Wands is showing the solar plexus chakra here, which is your inner willpower, your strength, your determination, your kind of masculine energy to get the job done. But this card is also letting you know you have a bunch of ancestors and spirit guides with you through this journey. Like, you're never alone through this traverse of your deeper expressions and your physical reality. So that is what you have control over at this time, is balancing your own energy so that you can grab the opportunities that are best suited for you and your path. So coming in the future for you, what is on the horizon? We have the energy of justice with Libra's energy, finding your balance, wisdom, truth, clarity. So there will be some sort of justice offered here to you. Now you have the Seven of Cups, which can actually be connected to the Bible. The Seven of Cups can represent the 7 apocalypses in, I believe it's the Revelations section of the Bible. So this can be a heavy energy. Could be a lot of little almost like things blowing up in your world at this time, which we did have the Tower card coming out, right? So that does make sense. But this is helping you to clear your energy, to remove any false masks here that you may be wearing or hiding behind, to help you step into your true, authentic self. Now we have the Two of Pentacles, which is a balancing or juggling act, right? It is balancing your spiritual life with your physical life, finding that equal balance, finding your equilibrium, right? So that you can take this bold new step or fresh start. Where did it go? It was reminding me of the Temperance card. Did I lose it? It did come out, right? I'm positive it came out. I know it came out. I had it sitting right here. I know I did. I'm not crazy. I know it. It was right here. Oh, it was in your... There it is. Right? Finding that balance, your inner and outer reality, your masculine and feminine. So the feminine is considered more your emotions and inner thoughts, right? What goes on behind the scenes of your own eyes. Where your masculine is more your like physical body and physical reality. So this could be considered like where was I going with that? So this could be your kind of like sun and moon sign, right? If you don't know what your moon sign is, you may want to look into your natal chart. You can Google free natal chart. The site I usually go to is astrologycafe.com, something like that. It should be one of the first top links. You plug in your name, your birth date, time, and day of birth, and it'll give you a breakdown of where the planets were in the sky at the time of your birth. So I would see the moon sign as more your soul, kind of heart energy, the core of your inner being, whereas your sun sign is kind of more how you move through life itself, right? So say you're a sun sign Taurus, I would see this as how you approach life. You're probably more kind of grounded, stable, methodical kind of approach. But say you have a moon sign Cancer. With that, you're being kind of like your soul energy. Cancer is very much the mother, which you do actually have coming up as your animal spirit guide with the deer. The kind of feminine, nurturing aspect. But it can also be kind of moody. The Cancer changes, the moon changes zodiac signs every 2.5 days, right? So Cancer energy does traverse a lot of energy in a short amount of time. So this could be, it's almost like the hamster on a, what do you call it? Like a running wheel, right? Like it's constantly in motion, which can be annoying as hell, to be quite honest. But that's kind of going back to the Seven of Cups. You might come into this energy where you're constantly going through a lot of emotions. You may wake up each day with a different, in a different emotional experience, because that is what is going behind the scenes of your actual physical body. But this is also helping you connect and learn more about yourself to find this balance in the future. Now we have the Two of Cups, which is quite beautiful, right? You have this kind of light energy and shadow energy. So there's a balance. The Two of Cups can represent like a soulmate union, but this could simply be representing the balance within. We do have angel number 22 here, the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, which is quite interesting because that's actually how your cards came out, right? Two of Pentacles, more Capricorn energy. The Two of Cups, more Cancer energy. But the Two of Cups is kind of an equal balance of give and take. This could be your healing. And we also have Leo's energy with the Sun, right? We also have the two snakes weaving here. So this could be like a Kundalini awakening or your own healing. Finding that balance within yourself will bring greater balance into your external world. This could be somebody coming in for some that is like a soulmate or a twin flame, an equal connection type vibe. But either way, in the future, the Two of Cups is a beautifully emotionally balanced situation. Now, your animal spirit guide from the wild unknown animal spirit, we do have the energy of the deer, which is of the earth element. This is also connected to the feminine energy. Loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, concerned and protective, to bring into balance nature and children. So I'm kind of being drawn back to this Capricorn energy, right? Simply because it is an earth element, so are you, Taurus. But Taurus, I would see, is almost like the beginning of the earth elements, right? You go Taurus, Virgo, and then you end with Capricorn. So this could be like the direction your life is taking, more into like Capricorn's type of energy with this Saturn return. And the Saturn return can be a return of your karma, whether positive or negative. Perhaps, I mean, with a Saturn return, honestly, I would see it as being both, right? Kind of more shadow energy as well as positive energy. So your karma could be being returned to you. So when karma is being returned, I mean, obviously we all love when good karma is being returned, because that means more abundance and blessings are coming, which you did have with this Ace of Pentacles. But you also have this Nine of Wands. So there could be some negative karma coming back or coming your way as well. And there's a need to balance it. So when negative karma comes back, if you can look upon your life and see if you have done something to somebody or something in your life that kind of has a similar vibration, then you can grasp the karma itself and find that balance and hopefully learn the lesson to move forward and not repeat the situation. There's always kind of a silver lining here. So clarify the message of the deer for Taurus. Taurus. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Which does speak of creativity, music. She's also alone, so spending that time in isolation is going to be very soul-soothing for you, even if you do fear it. For those of you, some of you out there may be the type of people that need social interaction constantly to keep yourself distracted. Isolation may not, this could be why it feels like it's haunting you. because you may not like to spend time alone, because that's when the thoughts start to pick up, right? That's when your mind starts to speak, and it's not always fun to listen to what our thoughts have to say, our fears, our insecurities, our shadow, right? What we're needing and desiring in life. But spending time alone definitely may be a call for you to create. You definitely could be musically inclined, and music could have a way of helping soothe and heal your emotions. We have the Five of Wands. It did kind of want to come out reverse. The Five of Wands can be a card of a bit of a conflict. There may be a lot going on at this time. I'm just noticing in this card there's a lot of foxes kind of going everywhere, right? But the person is kind of going away from the foxes. So this could be a call to pull away from perhaps sneaky or chaotic energies, right? The foxes in this energy, while clever, could be creating a lot of turmoil, and this person is running literally this way to be by themselves in isolation. So this could be a call to avoid unnecessary drama and conflict that you don't need to. I mean, obviously in life there's going to be certain things that you can't really escape from, that we have to focus on, that may be chaotic or kind of annoying or frustrating. There's certain things that need to be dealt with. However, there are going to be people on our path that just add unnecessary chaos and drama that's only going to suck you down. So you're being called to kind of pull yourself away from that energy. And the closing message. We have the energy of the spider with create. So that's what this balance energy does, right? It creates, it makes works of art, whatever form that may be for you. This card represents creativity and weaving one's imagination into being. By weaving our individual stories into words, music, dance, art, or any creation of our own making, we craft a web of ourself for others to view. The spider card urges you to use your creativity and vision to explore your inner self and express it honestly. It's kind of reminding me of this Seven of Cups, right? Express it honestly. So remove any false masks. Don't try to impress anybody or put on a show. Just express what needs to be expressed. Druids believe that the spider is a weaver of the written word. The Druid Ogham alphabet with its cross lines may be found in the web of a spider. Releasing my new book, Charlotte's Web of Lies. Weaver of the written word. It was reminding me of, there's a show on, I think it's Crave. The Black Lady sketch show, I think it's called. There's one skit on there where she's like, introducing my new book, and it's Charlotte's Web, right? Like the movie. Charlotte's Web of Lies. And then there's the question in there. I think is it Wilbur? Is that the pig's name in Charlotte's Web? Asking Charlotte if she eats flies, and she's like, oh no, honey, I drink their blood. I don't know. It's a funny show to watch. Some of it, anyway, if you're interested. The Druid Ogham alphabet with its cross lines may be found in the web of a spider. The web may be seen as an interconnecting stories and pathways, or a woven spiral from the past to the future. Many cultures see the spider as a weaver of fate and fortune. The spider card may be a message to create your own destiny, or a woven spiral from the past to the future. So that's it's interesting because the spiral is a metaphor used in a lot of things, actually. The Fibonacci, I think it is called, which is basically a shell. Basically, I think how the Fibonacci works is it's like adding numbers. So in the center of the shell, there's like a 0, and then the next number is a 1. So then you add the 1 plus the previous number, which would be 0. So it's a 1 again, and then 1 plus the previous number is a 1, which is a 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2. I'm not sure how it works. Anyway, the spiral can be the spiral of conscious itself. So within that, you may have certain memories or emotions that keep coming back around every so often, but you may be seeing them from different perspectives or different heights, right? You may see it from a new angle and understand something deeper about it, which awakens kind of an evolutionary process of one's mind. So have compassion for yourself through this journey, because it may not be, a lot of these things may not be memories or subconscious recollections that we actually want to view, but they are necessary for our evolution to help release the stories of the past to evolve and create and weave the web of our future destiny. Many cultures see the spider as a weaver of fate and fortune. The spider card may be a message to create your own destiny. In West African and Caribbean folklore, Anansi is a spider with a human face who represents creativity, stories, cunning, and wit. Largely formed from oral tradition, stories containing Anansi were passed from West Africa to the Caribbean islands during the transatlantic slave trade. Anansi's ability to outwit his oppressors and gain the upper hand made him a powerful symbol of slave resistance. The spider may symbolize the power of words and stories in fighting injustice. The shadow energy of the spider. The shadow reading of the spider card indicates creative block or stagnation. It is the cobwebs that form in your mind when it is dusty and littered. It may also be urging you to try and find your creative voice once more after it has been lost in the mirror of other people's demands. Make art for yourself and no one else, and try to rediscover your footing on the delicate web of creativity. So the spider is connected to the element of earth. The florals are carnation, ginkgo biloba, mistletoe, and vervain. Stones to work with the spider's energy to create are alexandrite, celestite, zincite, and opal. The spellwork can be used to help with writer and artist's block, luck with a publication, encouraging creativity and imagination, and luck with a performance. So I was being drawn to pull you a card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes. We do have the energy of the bridge coming out reversed, but it's almost interesting. It's all about perspective, right? You could see this as a smile, right? You have as above and so below, this reflection of the shadow. But let's see what wants to come out for the closing message. Taurus, closing message with the deer and the spider. What I was going to say with the spider's energy, how it was kind of talking about cobwebs. You may want to do a meditation. So in the meditation, obviously you take a few deep breaths, kind of relax your mind, and then you imagine your mind basically as like a house. Or you could even do like an office, I guess. So basically as a house, you go into each room, turn on the light, you clean it in your mind. So you get rid of cobwebs, you get rid of any clutter, bring in things that you enjoy. And this is symbolizing like each section of your life. You're making your inner space a place that you actually want to be, to reside in, which is very much Cancer's energy. Cancer is definitely connected to the home and family environment. So this could be the home of the home within yourself, right? Home is where the heart is, and your heart is in your chest. So by going in through your mental processes and cleaning up cobwebs, cleaning the energy, removing maybe some rooms you find in your mind, there's like boxes that have yet to be unpacked. So unpacking those, putting things away. It's just a way of symbolizing to your brain that you're organizing and cleaning your thoughts. So we have the mentor with the owl's energy. So that's quite beautiful because the owl sees through the darkness of illusion and brings wisdom back to you. I also see the owl as connected to Athena's energy, so you may want to look into Athena's energy. We do have the fault line, almost like there's cracks in your foundation or wounds that need to be healed. And it's interesting because it is coming out in the exact place that the tarot card was, or that the Tower card was, right? I almost kind of see this energy as more like wounds themselves that may be haunting you, right? So it's almost like you want to suck out the poison so that this physical skin can heal. And you can do this in meditation as well. You may actually see it from time to time where you're like removing poisons of the past to heal your physical body and internal self. Then we have the Pilgrim, which is all about going on a pilgrimage of the soul, seeking to understand yourself from a deeper, authentic level. Then we have the card of Agape. I'm seeing with the candle energy, as above, so below. So it's almost like bridging the gap between your spiritual and physical reality. The underlying energy, we do have the eternal child. So knowing you are like a child of God and divinely protected through this experience. We do have the energy of a prayer. So there may be a prayer that you have put out or a prayer that you need to put out to ask for help through this process. And then we have the energy of the vision. So you may receive, I wouldn't even say may, I would say you would definitely receive visions through this experience to understand your soul journey. Now we're coming back to this owl here, right? So you may want to look up this spiritual symbolism of owls. It's almost like you have this mentor here guiding you, and then all of a sudden you have these two owls in a vision. So this may even be a vision of a person that you're supposed to end up with, right? Whether it's romantic or not, put it into your situation. You do have the Two of Cups, which was kind of over here on this energy, right? So finding this equal opportunity and balance. This give and take, finding somebody that you resonate on a deeper level with. But the only way you're going to be able to get to that connection is by being authentic, right? To truly and honestly express what it is you need and desire in this life. Not to try, I find like, especially when it comes to like dating, a lot of us try to like peacock, right? I'll call it peacocking. So peacocking is the energy of trying to look beautiful and attractive and play the game, right? But a lot of this can actually offer false illusions. We can be wearing false masks to try and attract people. We can shapeshift and adapt to try to be what another person wants, right? But then that energy is never going to work out properly. It's going to come tumbling down because it's not authentic. It's a game. It's a mind game. And we really need to break away from the need or the feel or desire to feel like we need to play mind games to be accepted. So that is the reading I have for you at this time. Taurus, you are the ruling zodiac of house number 2, which is all about your physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So physical security and possessions. The biggest thing you can ever possess is your body itself. Nothing outside of you really is going to fill any sort of void or anything, right? So this is all about self-worth, self-love, honoring your body, your soul, your energy as sacred, learning to work with it and understanding the guidance that is coming through the divine to help you embrace and love yourself from a truly authentic and stable ground. So I will leave the reading there. If it resonates, please feel free to like this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Many blessings. Live, love, and light, and shadow as well, I guess.